Well, now we are on day 2, but what's going on, guys? We're going to finish up bagging Kyla's car. My car is already started and it's now noon right now, and we have to go to her. We gotta run some errands before we go ahead and get everything done that we want to. And then we also have to go to my buddy's work to go get a fitting, the 2 fittings that we were missing in part 1, so that way we can actually finish our car. So I'm gonna document all of this and just keep y'all updated, and you know, we'll see how this goes. So we finally got the fittings. Sorry I didn't make a video on that, but we did get the fittings finally. They're not the exact ones that we were using on the fronts, but we also just made it here as well. But they will do, and they will work 100%. So we got a 3/8 female with a 3/8 airline disconnect. Also, big shout out to my buddy Mark. Here's a picture of him in his car. Follow him on Instagram or something like that. He owns a dope Audi. Like, literally, I wouldn't have been able to get both of these things without him. So without wasting any more time, let's get this shit done. Day 2, pray. Let's get this done. Truck. And now that is basically all done. So all that we have left over here is just tools and miscellaneous stuff that we don't need or use. And now, if I show you guys the trunk, here's what it looks like. If you're looking in here, this is all you're gonna see. I need to take out these zip ties actually, and this is all you're gonna see. So everything back here is actually going to be hidden once the seats go up. But we have the power wires ran underneath, everything is ran completely underneath and actually fairly clean, honestly. And everything's tightened down to where, you know, it's good. And then if I come back here and I open up here, so right here we do have some lines. This is for the bleeder valves, that way, you know, you can get some of the water out, as well as the water trap down here, which I made long so you can pull it, so you can drain it as well. And underneath of all of this is another dump valve, which is the exhaust port for it, so that way when you go to air out, this is where it will blow. So basically we've made a lot of progress on it now, and now we're actually wiring it up for the power wires, the ground wire, and the fuse wire, which I think we're going to run to the inside of the car now, because we tried to run it to the outside and it failed. Also, shout out to Josiah, he got me dinner. I appreciate you. Trey's doing Trey things. And basically once we get all the power situated, the fuse wire connected, we're done. We can put the wheels on, drop it to the ground, or put everything back together, I should say, to an extent. Put it back on the ground and test. So I think we started this at 3:30ish today now, by the time we got here. And it's roughly about, no, it's not roughly, it is 10:15. All right, so we got the wires on now. We have it hooked up inside the panel box, and we use this little adapter, so we have 2 fuses going to it now, so that way we can get the fuse for the whatever it's connected to, I forget what it's connected to, as well as the 30-amp fuse that they provided us. They're hooking up the battery as we speak, just that way it's all done. And here in like T-minus 2 minutes, 3 minutes, I get to turn on the key for the first time and see if the controller works. So let's hope and pray. And also, Kyla is not going to be seeing her car when it's completely done. She's at work at the moment, and I get to surprise her with the car in my driveway, because she has my car that she took to work. So I'm low-key excited to get her reaction of first seeing it, because it's just going to be aired out in my driveway for her. All right, well, here's the first test of trying to see him.
I'm so glad we didn't that up.
Holy sh**. Woo! Pretty good sign of no leak yet, so the tank is completely filled now. We did run into one problem though. So where the water trap is, this line wasn't pressed in all the way, and it was just leaking air, so it was only staying at 12 psi, but we fixed it, and now it's holding 150 psi. Yeah, now we're gonna test out the struts and make sure that they can actually hold air with 0 problems. So we're actually going to air up the back left strut, see if that works. So ready? 3, 2, 1. Woo! Let's air it out. And now it's saying. And by the way, on an unrelated note, Trey has the coolest bathroom in his garage. Toilet, urinal, sink, industrial sink, freaking, what? Why? So we're done. Not exactly, but we're damn near done. Josiah just put on all the wheels. He's putting on the last one now. Trey and I are picking up tools and just trying to clean up the general area. And then we're gonna calibrate the bags. Hopefully I can get some of that on recording. And then we're gonna take it for a test drive down his driveway, out and around the cul-de-sac, and see how well it performs, make sure everything is okay, good to go again. We did just finish putting in every single piece of the interior. So the back seats, we vacuumed out most of it for the majority of it. Trey did most of it. I vacuumed out one footwell. We got the airlift controller completely hooked up and ready to go. Ready to rock and roll. And after 2 days, it's done. I can now stop stressing. Well, I can tell you this, we actually ended up making a mistake. We accidentally forgot to put the fuse on to the battery side. So we kinda had to cut the wire and re-put it on. So now we have a fuse on it now. Yeah, I forgot that. But we're about to just now lower the car, put it all back on the ground, torque the wheels, and take it for a test run and make sure everything works. All right, take her down. Ah, so looks goddamn stock.
Dude, this thing's gonna look hard.
All right, so we're gonna air it completely out for the first time with just the controller and not doing it individually.
Yeah. Yep.
So the struts themselves can actually probably use some adjustment for her to actually go lower, but since she's on stocks, a whole bunch of tire, it is just tear the fender liner out. So I think as it is currently, this is the best it's gonna be. But shout out again to Trey for helping me, Josiah helping me today, and our buddy Jeff, who's not here, who did a little bit, and my buddy Mark, who especially helped me with the rear fittings. Otherwise, this would not have been possible to finish this entire weekend. But we actually just took it all out for a test drive, and I'm thoroughly impressed with how it rode. It rides perfect. It literally rides like your dream car that you would want. It's not too stiff, but it's not too soft. It hugs the road. 10 out of 10 would recommend. But that's gonna do it for the video today. Once again, this is part 2 of finishing Kylo's car and bagging it. So I appreciate you guys so much for watching the video. If you guys haven't yet, be sure to subscribe, like the video, leave a comment down below, and don't forget to click the little bell. Also stopped in my office to buy a Rocket League car. But before I forget, I'm also gonna show a clip of me revealing it to her and airing it out for her for the first time. So here's that clip. And here you go. If you wanna step back and you can watch. All right, I'm gonna air out. There it is. She's grinding so hard. She's so happy. But yeah, this is it. Aired out.
Like this, or riding like the first time?
No, that was lifted all the way up.
Okay.
There you go, babe.
Thank you. Looks good.
And as always, I hope you guys have a beautiful day, a wonderful night tomorrow. And as always, deuces.